Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to take a further look at the most recent TLC for the Araneo and just how powerful it actually is. Okay, now in terms of how powerful it is, I'm not referring to necessarily a sheer combat strength, but its overall utility. The most overpowered thing about this creature, in my opinion, is the ability to chain creatures. Now at first sight, you may not think this is really strong, but the way that it works is essentially you're going to go through and select the ability to grab the creature. So as you can see, I'm aiming at this Pteranodon now, and I will hold on to it. Ideally, you can also shoot this at the ground here, and this will tether that creature to the ground. Now you notice it says that it was too powerful and it broke the web. That is due to the creature's weight. The creature's drag weight and your individual weight. If the Araneo's weight gets higher, they could pull stronger creatures. So what we're going to go through and do is I'm going to basically give it a full max level, and we're going to slowly apply levels over time, seeing what the threshold is for kind of every major creature. Okay, so I've gone through and given it 88 total levels, and this was a 150 that I spawned in, so there's no mutations and there's no imprint bonus. Its base melee was random, which was 252, and as you can see, that wasn't high enough to pull the PT. So we're going to bump this up to 300, and now see what it is that we're capable of actually grabbing. Okay, now with us being just over 300 weight, let's test this on the PT once more. So we're going to line it up, and we're going to use it, and see if it will let us fling him. And it does. You'll notice when I grapple onto him, the PT still pulls me. However, you can make him actually launch to the ground. This can be great, though, for taming as well. So if I switch over to this, he will actually be stuck to me while we're doing this. And as long as I don't let him move too fast, as you can see, he does have a baby here. But I will eventually just knock him out because he's tethered to me, and make knocking out things like PTs extremely easy if you don't want to use Ebola. Okay, the next up is going to be an RG, and it's actually the same weight that we had for the PT, so just over 300. That's going to make it really easy to tame an RG as well, so we can simply use this, and then swap over to our poison move here. And essentially, it's going to slow them down, so he'll never break the tether as we're close. So I should be able to inflict enough torpor to actually drop him. The only thing you'll have to watch when doing this would be your stamina. But as you can see, it's moving so incredibly slow that you will no longer ever need a trap to tame an RG, and you will never have to worry about them falling into water, as long as you can properly manage your stamina. As you can see, I am fresh out, so I'm going to swap over to a walk here. That way I keep conserving my stamina here, and then we'll just use this every couple of seconds. That's also going to give it time for the torpor to inflict properly, but this is a fantastic tool to help you tame things. Okay, now as you can see, it is torpor running, and it is trying to fly away, but it is still attached to me here. And I'm just waiting for my stamina to come back in order to be able to launch more of these up. And at this point, I'm actually flying up with it. It is dragging me into the sky. So I really don't have to worry about it flying off and not being able to knock this thing out. It's going to land pretty much any moment. Okay, now the next creature I want to test this on is going to be a trike, specifically for PvP. And that's going to allow you to drag trikes basically into turret range. So we've got the same 300 here, and it looks like that is not going to be strong enough. Let's pump this up to 400, or we did 430. Let's just do 500 since we're already committed here. We'll do 500 weight. Okay, we're at 518, and let's see if this is enough to drag the trike. It looks like 500 is still not quite enough. Let's go to 6 here. Okay, we're at 600 weight in total on our Araneo, and 600 is what you need to drag the trike. So dragging trikes in PvP should be pretty darn easy. This can be great for either separating them out when you've just got a bunch you're facing against, or simply dragging them into turret range. Okay, now next up is going to be the Mammoth. I want to push the limits here and see pretty much every creature that's capable of being pulled with the web. So I'm up to 800 weight in total, and we're going to find out if this is enough to pull this big fella. There it is. So yeah, that's exactly what you need. 700 did not work, and 800 is going to root them there in place. Okay, I've just hit 1100, and we're going to see if this works out. There we go. So you need 1100 weight in order to yeet a Rex. As you can see, you can pull him all the way over here, and Broski's gonna go flying. And of course, this can also be utilized to tame them very effectively. You simply could just swap over to your poison ball here and use this on them to create a webbing effect, because Rexes are kind of already slow anyway, as are Brontos. And simply can just web them like this, and then once they're webbed, go over and use the string to keep them in place, and you will literally never need a trap. I mean, look at this guy. He is moving like molasses. So as long as you've got enough stamina to manage this, you could easily tame a Rex utilizing this web. Okay, now next up is going to be the Griffin, and you actually only need 400 weight to be able to pull this guy, just 100 more than that for the RG and the PT. And again, it's going to be very effective for being able to tame them. Simply just apply this, and once you've done this, you simply can just start using your ranged ability to start cocooning them, and they will come to a very slow crawl and you no longer gotta worry about them flying in circles around you. Okay, now next up is gonna be wyverns, and I'm starting with 500 weight here with the ice wyverns over on Ragnarok, and I'm hoping that I don't get killed trying to figure this out. So we're gonna launch that here at this guy, and let's see, is that enough? 500 is not enough, so let's bump that up to 600 here and see if this will work. Hold on there, sir. Is that gonna work for you? No, it is not. Let's go to 700 in total. I'm getting attacked by everything. Typical snow biome shenanigans. Okay, so I'm up to 1,000 weight at this point and actually shaked that Drakeling off. And there we are. So 1,000 is what you need in order to be able to drag a wyvern. Alright, and next up is going to be the Bronto. So we're going to start with 1,000 weight and see if that works. Yeah, I figured that wasn't going to work. We're just going to jump straight to, let's go with 1,500. And see if that actually allows us to pull this guy. He's pretty darn big, and I know he's got a much larger drag weight than many creatures. So we're going to grab him and see. 15 did not do it. Is this even possible? I'm just going to shoot for the stars here, and we're going to go for, let's try 1,800. 1 string, 2, definitely not. Okay, we're going to go straight to 2K and see if 2,000 weight allows us to launch this giant Bronto. Is this even possible? All right, buddy. Can we fly you? Oh, okay, it works, guys. You can move a Bronto with the webs. That is how strong this thing is. Look at him dance. He is no idea. He just got tethered by the silk of a spider. That means there's only one more major thing to test. I lied. There's actually one more creature I want to test. So this here is the Karka, and it works. You can launch Karkas. He's trying to kill the Dimorphodon. Bro, don't eat me. Don't eat me. Okay, so with I've got 2,000 weight, but look at these rocks. These are weird. Freaking Ragnarok, man. Ragnarok. Okay, we think we're safe. Yeah, so we're sitting at 2,014 weight. And you could launch yourself the Karka. Okay, now Leslie is going to be this massive behemoth here. I'll be honest, I'm not expecting this to work. But remember, every Araneo we've used in this video was a level 150 randomly spawned in, and then I just maxed out its level and slowly dumped points into weight, meaning there's no mutations, and there's no imprint bonus at all. So the possibilities here with this creature are endless, because you could definitely dump more points into stamina and the damage to inflict more torpor and not have to put as much into weight if you had mutations or even the imprint bonus. Okay, though, final test on this big fella. Is it going to work? Yeah, I didn't think so. Either way, though, that was a lot of fun. If y'all enjoyed today's video, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing to see more. Alright, I'll see y'all later.